Most people never make the one decision that changes everything, not because it's difficult, because it's irreversible. They keep backup plans, alternative paths, escape routes. They think it's smart. It's not. It's sabotage. Henry Ford didn't build the Model T while keeping other car designs on the table. He eliminated every alternative and focused on one production line. Today, you're going to learn why keeping your options open is the worst strategic error you can make. Here's the problem. You're running 3 projects. None are finished. You're learning 2 skills. Neither is mastered. You have 4 business ideas. None are launched. Why? Because you're hedging. Every time you keep an alternative open, you split your cognitive resources. Ford faced this in 1908. Engineers wanted to keep designing new models. Sales wanted multiple product lines. Investors wanted diversification. Ford refused. He said, "Any customer can have a car painted any color that he wants, so long as it is black." People thought he was insane. He wasn't. He understood something you don't. Optionality is expensive. Every option you maintain consumes resources, mental energy to evaluate it, time to keep it viable, attention to monitor its potential. You think you're staying flexible. You're actually fragmenting your capacity. Stop right here. You believe keeping options open protects you from failure. It doesn't. It guarantees mediocrity. Here's why. When you have an escape route, you never commit fully. You hold back effort. You avoid the hard decisions. You stay comfortable. Ford eliminated alternatives because he knew commitment creates pressure, and pressure forces excellence. When you have no backup plan, you fix problems instead of switching paths. You master the work instead of sampling new options. You finish instead of starting over. This is the bottleneck. Your backup plans aren't safety nets. They're excuses. Every time something gets difficult, you look at your alternatives. Maybe I should try the other approach. Maybe I should pivot to the second project. Maybe I should explore the third skill. No, you should finish what you started. Commitment only happens when alternatives are eliminated. Until you cut escape routes, you're not committed. You're sampling. Ford proved this operationally. In 1909, he stopped production of models K, N, R, and S. Only the Model T continued. Sales managers panicked. "We're losing market segments." Ford didn't care. He knew something they didn't. Resources divided across 5 products produce 5 mediocre options. Resources concentrated on one product produce one dominant option. By 1920, Ford owned 60% of the American car market. Not because the Model T was the best design, because Ford committed fully. Every engineer worked on one platform. Every factory optimized one production line. Every supplier delivered for one vehicle. No alternatives meant no fragmentation. You can't produce excellence while maintaining backup plans. Cut the alternatives. Commit to one path. Here's how you apply this rule. Step 1. Identify every active project, skill, or goal. Write them down. Everything you're currently pursuing. Everything you're keeping open. Everything you tell yourself you'll get to eventually. Step 2. Choose one. Eliminate the rest. Not pause, not postpone. Eliminate. Delete files, cancel subscriptions, stop consuming content about the alternatives. Make the decision irreversible. Step 3. Lock execution timeline. Set a non-negotiable completion deadline. No extensions, no renegotiation. You finish or you fail. Ford didn't say, "We'll focus on the Model T and revisit other designs later." He said, "This is the only car we're making. You do the same." Real example, in 1913, Ford faced a critical decision. Engineers developed a superior engine design for potential new models. Investors pushed for a luxury line to compete with premium brands. Ford killed both projects. He told the team, "We're not building better cars. We're building the Model T better." Every resource went into refining production efficiency. Within 2 years, Ford reduced the Model T's production time from 12 hours to 93 minutes. Not because the design improved, because commitment eliminated distraction. One focus, 0 alternatives, complete execution. You're not Ford, but the principle is identical. Right now, you're maintaining projects you'll never finish, skills you'll never master, ideas you'll never launch. Why? because you haven't made the irreversible decision. You're protecting yourself from the pain of cutting options. That protection is killing your progress. Ford didn't succeed because he had the best ideas. He succeeded because he eliminated every idea except one. You're doing the opposite. You're keeping everything on the table, hoping one option will eventually dominate. It won't. Dominance comes from focus. Focus comes from elimination. Elimination comes from irreversible commitment. That's the decision most people never make. They want success without sacrifice, progress without elimination, mastery without commitment. Ford proved it doesn't work that way. Resources concentrated on one target produce exponential results. Resources divided across multiple targets produce marginal outcomes. You already know what you should focus on. You're just afraid to cut everything else. Stop protecting your backup plans. They're not safety nets, they're anchors. Make the decision, eliminate alternatives, lock your focus. That's how you go from scattered effort to finished work. Ford built an empire on one product. You can build your results on one